I work with performance art, and for me it's very important to feel and fulfill the space and place where I am, to know it, to imagine it, and to be present during the work. It's not only about the physical presence, about the architecture, walls or landscapes around. The context, the history and the real people inspire and become a part of the process. We started the project Terra 6 months ago. Before coming to Rome, I knew Corviale from the articles, videos, maps and texts, but meetings with people who live there, who create this place now, have changed the stereotypes. It has given the opportunity to feel the real life of Corviale, and this is the most valuable. The idea of the final presentation was to create the contemporary myth of this place, the myth of Corviale. The central part of this work is formed of the conversations and meetings with the inhabitants of Corviale. It was an opportunity to talk to them, to spend time together, to feel how do they create the real myth of Corviale, describing the visible and invisible parts of this place, of Corviale's life. The inhabitants have opened this place not only for me but for everyone who is interested. Corviale is a building, it's a district, or even the city in the city that has an incredible soul. Sometimes it's grey, sometimes colorful, loud or silent, with pain and full of joy. Corviale has a lot of contrasts that cannot leave anyone indifferent. It's a place of truth, and it inspires.
When I was invited for the 4th edition of Magic Carpet by Latitudo Art Projects at Corviale, at the very outskirts of Rome, I was very excited and anxious at the same time, as I thought it was a great challenge to make an artwork about this place, which is very complex and dense. So my approach was to spend as much time as I could there and getting to know the people, collecting their stories, and little by little I got to know more and more the place and got more familiar with the people, and then I produced an audio piece. I composed a sort of a polyphonic choral tapestry of voices that give the name of the work, which is Corale Corviale. This place is often seen as an enormous concrete monster that remains mute. We all know about its form, but not much about its inhabitants. There are mixed feelings of love and hate for this place that they call home.
Siamo nel periodo del progresso, l'affitto che paghiamo è il prezzo dello stesso, che a vederlo dall'esterno non ci concediamo e poi ci concediamo sempre a quell'eccesso, perché l'ambiente di cui parlo in ogni testo è quello della mente che si fonde con il resto.
The audio work was heard on the 10th of June by the people who participate to a sound walk I create. In this sound walk, they heard on their headphones many stories together with the storytelling written by me and Giulianita Bari and with the music written by Federico Pascucci, both from the Cultural Association La Frangia, which I created. The story tells about Dia, a goddess sacred in these areas, long time before Corviale was built. We looked for the origin of this myth, the roots, the origin of the place, when there was a temple which was a temple circular and not this straight and long building. And so Dia was celebrated in the past as a female god of regeneration. At Corviale is a wish to regeneration and looks at different forms of life and resistance that are growing all around the building, plants and animals. I also draw all these animals and plants and wrote a sort of new vocabulary of resistance, a new vocabulary of the margins. Some words like marginal, uncivilized, fragile became words where I wanted to regenerate the meaning of these places.
My name is María Ángeles Vila. I'm Spanish and I lived in Rome for about 20 years. As an artist, I work on topics specifically linked to the female world, using engraving as my preferred means of expression. This ancient technique allows me to express myself, and I love sharing it in my workshop with both children and adults. I designed a printing workshop which saw me prepare several dies engraved on linoleum. The subjects depicted on these plates were different plants with a direct link of significance with the uterus and fertility. The paper normally used for baking was replaced by old sheets, and the fabric became the pages of a collective diary. For this work, I had a compositional and chromatic idea to help me lead the workshop, but my idea was changed from the very moment the printing performance began. The various groups of participants timidly began to ink and stamp, but when they start to feel more comfortable, a wave of energy incensed their movements, becoming fiercer, stronger, and more liberating.